Hiya, my name's Jonathan Riley and I'm a compulsive gambler. My last bet was 25th of March 2017. I just wanted to do another video now after my recent video that you may have seen on Twitter and Facebook and obviously YouTube, because the response I've got to it was overwhelming. I never expected it to get as much attention or as much views or anything in the first place. Like I say, I just did this. I wanted to do this in the first place for me because I've been struggling a bit recently with stuff, and I just needed to get back to a state where I'm constantly sharing my thoughts, literally just whatever's in my head, just getting it out and just talking and talking and talking. And that was my way of doing it, and I really enjoyed it. So I've decided I'm going to make it a weekly thing now. I'm going to make it every Wednesday. Not necessarily do the video every Wednesday, but I'll upload it every Wednesday. So every Wednesday there'll be a video out there. Not sure how long they'll be. It'll just be me talking about whatever I want to, whatever I talk about, really. So yeah, so this is, that was video one, but this is like part one of videos going forward that are just going to tell my story, my feelings and views on gambling and addiction, and then obviously my story of recovery and where I am now and how life is and all that sort of business. But yeah, to come back to it, I just want to say thank you so much to people that have shared my posts and videos and whatever, and the comments I've received and private messages of people, both saying well done on the video, proud of you, all all that sort of stuff. And also there have been people on Twitter and on Facebook that have contacted me that are going through problems of their own, and they've both asked for advice as well as just wanting to tell me their issue. And it's been really humbling, and I'm just speechless and overwhelmed by it all. But thank you so much. Yeah, so I've been wanting to do another video straight away because I just really enjoyed it. I just wanted to get another one out there, and I've been itching to do one, but I don't really. I thought about actually planning these videos, like writing down a structure to it, but I feel if I did that, I would not make as much sense. I don't even make much sense now, I don't think. I just keep blah 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 blah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk whatever comes to my mind. I've got ideas for what I want to talk about, and like if I wanted to, I could probably just make a video that lasts fucking God knows how long. But I'm just going to stick to whatever comes to me, or whatever comes to me that week leading up to the video being released. So this one, I don't want to go over what I spoke about in the first video. I just want to talk about how it used to feel gambling. I touched on it in the other video, saying that I've always gambled for as long as I was legally allowed. I can't remember if I gambled when I was under 18. It depends what you class as gambling, isn't it? Like, playing football with your mates. Did you bet on a packet of crisps who goes in goal if you let a goal? That sort of thing. I can't remember if I did all that. Probably did. It's probably a form of gambling. But my earliest memories that I can really think back to were doing the football accumulators it was always Ladbrokes for some reason. It was just because the Ladbrokes in where I live in Arnold, that was just the one we always went in. And you just, the more I got aware of you could win money by having whatever you want to put on it, 50p, a quid, up to obviously stupid amounts. But it used to just be a pound. I used to pick 5 teams for a quid. I used to do 5 aways and 5 draws, 2 bets, £1 each. The 5 aways used to, so it's like a quid for 100 and something, and 5 draws, because draws are a bit hard to predict and stuff. 5 draws would have been for a lot of money. And like say, you'd go out on Saturday afternoon, whether I was going down to watch Forest play if I was just in the pub with pals watching Soccer Saturday, you'd sit there, having a chat, having a drink, and enjoying yourself, and there'd be, say, the football on, and you're sitting there going, "Come on, I just need Blackburn to score," and then Blackburn will score, and you're up and down, and I've won, and then last minute you get let down, and this is what I want to get around to, like this idea of, oh, I've lost, and you just rip your slip up and throw it away. That was it. Gambling was fun, and I'm not here to preach saying all gamblers are wrong and gambling is wrong, and it's a disgusting thing. I don't want anyone to do it. Well, I don't really want anyone to do it, but I understand there are them people out there that can do it and do it fun. Because I said I used to be that person. I used to be able to throw my slip away when my 5 aways haven't come in. I used to be the guy that could put a few quid in a fruit machine and think, oh, I've just lost 10 quid. That's 10 quid worth of drink I've lost tonight, but oh well, your own fault. There's a line where that changes, and like I said in the other one, I've been speaking to people online, and I've been listening to podcasts and watching videos, and they all talk about this time when they went from that type of gambler to the compulsive gambler, where you literally do not give a flying about anything other than this, where you are, and when you're in this isolated space, chucking money away. That's the best bet. You just chuck your money away, and as time went on, it's money that isn't yours. As I said, with credit cards and loans and stuff. I mean, it's bad enough when you spent your week's wages, or you haven't paid your phone bill because you've had 50 quid on a few bets in that week, and I've been there. I've not paid phone bills. This is before it got messy. I've not paid phone bills a month because I was short. So yeah, I want to talk about that line you're crossing, but I can't put my finger on a time where I knew that's when it became, like I said, I talked about the time when I first used a credit card. It was a credit card I had and I'd not used it before. I just remember signing up to a bookies website, a bookmaker's firm that I'd not heard of before. Just one of them where you see an advert saying bet £10, get £30 free. And I thought, no, I'll tell you the name of the company. It's called Titan Bet. They're not a well-known one. You know all the well-known ones, your Ladbrokes, Coral, William Hill, etc. I remember going on. I went to sign up, and when it asked you to put, you have to put all your details in, and then you put your bank card in for obviously putting your money into this account. And when I went on there, rather than have my bank details, the credit card, I'd obviously use this credit card online for purchases on whatever, holidays and other stuff. So your phone remembers these details, yeah? And I just remember thinking, okay, now that's my credit card details here. I thought, fuck it, I'm doing it. So I did it. Put this credit card in, and it's wrong. This is. I was well aware I shouldn't be doing this. As I go on into the future, and I'll explain that there's times where you don't really know it's wrong. You're just doing stuff. But I was well aware it was wrong, and I can't remember how much I gambled over the next foreseeable. But I remember my wife finding out because it was a credit card that she knew about. It was our credit card as such, and she saw all this stuff on there. But she'd seen that I'd paid it off. This is what I mean. I was in control of it at the time. I was in control of, because I was aware if this goes out of control, you're going to become a compulsive gambler and you're going to get into a mess. Yeah. And she confronted me with it, and I said, "Yeah, I was silly, but I've sorted it." Look, and she could see on, the balance was so high, but it wasn't high because of all these bets. I'd covered it off, I paid it off, I'd won enough, luckily, and I stopped myself before it got out of hand. And that was that. That was like, I was on about you can't find the line. That was probably the start of it. But then 6 months went by, and I never used a credit card again. I was still gambling, but within my means as such. I was, like I say, I was just blowing money on it, money I'd got, and like I said, as time went on, I started using the credit card again, and on and on and on and on. But like I said at the start of the video, I want to talk about them feelings, them feelings of isolation. That's it. That's probably the best word to use. When you're just not, say you're in a room with friends or family, or you're out at night having a drink and stuff, and you're supposed to be in that moment and listening, and I'm the sort of, I drift off anyway in conversation. My family will tell you, we'd be sat in the living room and at my mum's house or something, and we'd be watching telly, but having a chat amongst us all, and I'd be on my phone, whether it's flicking through Twitter or Facebook or reading about football or whatever. But back then, it was that as well, doing all that social media stuff, and as you know, engrossed in your phone. But I was also just engrossed in gambling, and gambling was my number one priority for a long time. And that's, I'm not ashamed to say it just was. I put it before work, I put it before friends, I put it before family. And now, looking back now, I'm not gambling. I can just see all them times that I missed out on, all the times I wasn't present in the room, all the times where I've upset people because you get snappy, because you're getting told, get off your phone, you're not listening. So you snap back, and you at the time, you know, you're blaming them for having a go at you. You know, looking back now, I'm just thinking, bloody hell, like, why was I snapping at you? You've got a perfectly good reason that I'm ignoring you. You know, I'm not listening. I'm just not there. You know, and that's one of the main. In fact, for me, that is the worst thing. That is the worst thing about the gambling. It's just, it becomes your life. It becomes, you wake up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is look at your phone, and I've sometimes had a bet overnight on fucking South American football, and you wake up I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to start work at 6. You wake up in the morning, your alarm goes off, and the first thing I'm doing, I look at my phone to see if my bet's come in. That's my first thing I'm doing. What the hell is that about? Why are you waking up at 5 and the first thing you want to do is see if your bet's come in? Or if your bet's come in, the first thing I'd be doing is looking at what bets I'm going to have that day on the horses or on what football's coming up. This is at 5 o'clock. There's no fucking horse racing at 5 o'clock. Well, there is in Australia, and that's what happened then. I start betting on that. It just gets you, and that's it. Once you've been got, once you're addicted, once you are the compulsive gambler, that is it. And it becomes your life. Until you want to stop. And you see the gambling advert saying, when the fun stops, stop. That's one of the, I've used it myself in hashtags, and I actually don't agree with it, because it's not how it works. And these bookmakers websites and companies, they use control tools now to control how much you can deposit a week or per day or per hour or whatever, and you can set them, but you can unset them. I believe that there should be something dictated to you rather than you dictate, but that's another story for another time. Yeah, so once you know you're in it, you do know it's wrong. You know gambling's wrong, and you know you're losing money, and you're getting into debt, and you're ignoring everybody, and you're becoming this horrible, lonely, selfish person. You know you want to get out of it, but you can't. Mainly for the fact that you think once you tell somebody, they're going to think less of you. They're going to disown you, whether it be, you know, parents or wives or partners, boyfriends, girlfriend, whatever. You think that your friends are going to think worse of you. You think you literally think, I can't come clean. I just can't. I want to. I know it's wrong, but I can't. And I'll happily admit, towards the end, once I'd used all my credit cards and my loan was maxed out and my overdrafts were gone, I wasn't paying my phone bill. Once I was down to no money whatsoever, I knew it was a matter of time before I've got to come clean, because I was I was finding myself, this is another thing, I was finding myself just telling these stupid lies just to have a bet. There was a time in the past when I was learning to drive, and I told my wife I didn't have I had a driving lesson that day, but I didn't have one. I cancelled it. I rang my driving instructor and said I'm not very well, but the 40 quid that obviously she was aware of that I was going to spend on my lesson, I'd use that to go and gamble with. That happened a few times. It's just ridiculous. Times I'd go and put money, I'd have some cash on me. This is on about right towards the end when I had no money whatsoever to gamble with. I couldn't get away with using the joint account, obviously. My own account was in a fucking right state. And I was just using any cash I had on me. So if I went out, say I went out on a night out on a weekend, come the Monday, if I had some money left, some notes, I'd go and pay them into my bank directly, you know, at the cash point, so it goes straight in. So I had money to gamble with. It was literally like every single thing became what you want to gamble with. When can I gamble next? When can I gamble next? So I knew it was coming to the end, and I wanted to come clean, but like I said earlier, I didn't know what the implications would be. I was scared about the debt. Like I say, by then I was up to £22,000 in debt, and you're thinking, what am I going to do? You know, how am I going to pay that back? How the hell am I going to pay £22,000 back? If I do come clean, I want to come clean now. This is how I want to come clean right now. I want to admit I've got a problem because I've had enough of this. But what about this money? What about the trust that's going to be gone? All this, and I only came clean because I got caught. And I've since found this is a lot of case with certain gamblers I've read about, spoken to, and listened and watched. You getting caught, and I got caught, and I had to just admit everything. And this is the thing, something just changed. The night I came clean, 25th of March, the night I came clean, it was just like everything was better. I wasn't worried about the lying. I'd leave my phone out for people to look at, and my wife to look at and read, and I was just like, just have it all now. Have it all. It's all out there now. I'm not hiding anything. It's out there. I felt great. Oh, what about the debt? Speaking to GamCare, which is a gambling help association, they put you on to help with your debt. They'll sort you out with counselling. They are the best thing I did. GamCare. I went, and my sister has been my rock through a lot of this, and me and her, we had hours of conversation about all this and sorting me out as such. And GamCare was the first thing we got in touch with. They put me on to counsellor. The counselling started, and I got in touch with a company called Step Change, a charity called Step Change that help with debt. They are brilliant. If you're struggling with debt or any money problems, Google Step Change, STEP Change, all one word. Get in touch with them, look them up. They are fantastic, and I currently manage my debt through them to my 3 creditors, my 2 loans, and my 2 credit cards and my loan. And there's no more lies. There's no more lies. And I sometimes look back and think, was gambling? This is another thing I've asked myself, and it's in my recovery. And I don't know if anyone's heard this before, so I'm just going to say this. I sometimes wondered, like, was the gambling the problem, or was it just the lies? You know, I used to say when I was gambling, if I won £22,000, I wouldn't gamble, because I wouldn't have to lie and bet anymore, because I wouldn't need to pay this money off. That was what went through your head, and I'll never know. If I'd have won the £22,000, would I have just paid it all off and come clean? So I had a gambling problem, but I paid it all off. Look, here's the proof, it's all gone. I don't know. Looking back now, if I put myself in the mindset of a gambler, fucking no chance. Because if I'd have just come clean, I'd have been like, well, I can go again. I've got 22 grand. So this is where your brain is fucking kicking. I'd have 22 grand to go again. Oh, great, here we go again. Off you go. Or would I go, because I know what the pain was and the lies, would I have gone, no, I've had enough of this, I can't do this anymore, I paid it off, I'm done. I don't know, and I'll never know. And that's it really for this one. Again, it's a bit of a ramble, I think. I hope again it can help people understand the extent you go to as a compulsive gambler. And like I said at the start, I do understand people can gamble and have fun. I know this. I know these people. These people I work with, people, my close family friends. There are the people out there. So it's not a preach. I'm not targeting you. That sounds horrible. I'm trying to help the people out there that know exactly what I'm talking about, and I hope you do. Okay? So like I say, so every Wednesday there'll be a video, or every 2 Wednesdays, it just depends. And this was part 1 of my story. Jonathan Riley, a compulsive gambler. My last bet, 25th of March 2017. Thank you.